at the Chicago Stadium. This is Stu Nahan along with Jim Gordon as we're getting ready to start the third and final period of this afternoon's hockey game, the National Hockey League Game of the Week on CBS. And Chicago leads Toronto by a score of 2-0. How about those for those youngsters? Those are the Bobby Hull youngsters right there. Those three boys who are looking like they're having a pretty fine afternoon. Mr. Hull has certainly contributed an immeasurable amount of skill and excitement to the National Hockey League in the 9 or 10 years he's been in the league. Kenny Warham scored the first goal for Chicago in the first period. Makita and Jarrett getting assists at 3:45. In the second period, Makita tipping it in on a shot from Warham, with Moans also drawing an assist at 7 minutes of the second period. There were no penalties handed out in the second period except for the penalty shot that was awarded to Mike Walton. Now let's take a look at the leading scorers in the National Hockey League. Well, this is up to date, including the 2 points that Stan Mikita has this afternoon. He now has 78. Rod Gilbert has 74 of New York. His teammate Jean Rattel has 73. Phil Esposito of Boston 72. And the Blackhawks' Bobby Hull has 71. So there's the race for the leading scoring championship in the National Hockey League with just 3 weeks left to go in the regular season. 3 weeks from today, the regular season ends, and then the Stanley Cup playoffs begin. It's a close race in both divisions in the National Hockey League, both in the East and in the West. And the Montreal Canadiens leading in the Eastern Division by just 6 points over second place New York. Boston is 2 points behind New York, and the Hawks are 3 points behind Boston. Toronto, as we mentioned, 10 points behind the Chicago Blackhawks. In the West, it's even closer. Philadelphia leads Minnesota by 1 point. Those two teams meet tonight in Quebec City. Los Angeles is just 2 points off the lead. St. Louis is 3, and Pittsburgh is only 6. So 5 of the 6 teams in the Western Division are only separated by 6 points, and Oakland, while a little bit behind, still has a chance to be the spoiler in the Western Division, as they have to play most of those other teams in the Western Division race. Other games tonight: Detroit at Boston, Los Angeles at New York, and St. Louis playing out in Oakland. Now, the Blackhawks have returned to the ice now. Jack Norris, who's been in the net for the Chicago Blackhawks, has turned aside a total of 21 shots on goal. There he is. 13 in the first period, 8 in the second period. Chicago, meanwhile, has had 13 shots on goal in the first and 10 in the second for a total of 23. So they're out shooting Toronto by just 2 shots on goal. We started to mention earlier why Jack Norris was playing with Chicago. He has been playing with their Dallas Farm Club, but Dennis DeJordy, who is the regular goaltender for the Blackhawks, suffered a split finger on his gloved hand, and also his father-in-law passed away in upstate New York. So he is away from the team for the moment. Ken Dryden, the other Chicago goaltender, started last night's game, but Norris came on, played the final 2 periods, and started this afternoon. There is Johnny Bauer, the venerable goaltender and co-hero in the nets